Hi, this is Olivier Hidalgo from NLP Hypnosis Center in London, Ontario. Let's talk about our mind. How we divide our mind, how we can use our mind to take control of our life and protect ourselves from other people trying to control our life. So let's first by defining how our mind is divided. This is just a theoretical thing. It's not that our mind is divided in very specific ways, but for the purpose of this video, we will say that our mind is divided in conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. Unconscious, everything that is automatically done by our body to protect us, and sometimes by our mind to protect us. Subconscious are the beliefs, the habits, and also things that we do automatically, like driving a car, for example. When we start to drive a car, we did it consciously, but then it becomes part of the subconscious mind. Our beliefs, and when I say beliefs, I'm not talking about religious beliefs. I'm talking about what we believe is true or false. It doesn't matter if it's in real life, it is true or false, but it matters that for us, for our subconscious mind, it is true or is false. And of course, we have the conscious part that are the things that we said we are conscious about doing that. Let's say driving a car. When you start to drive a car, you were doing everything in a very conscious mind. The way you put your feet, the way you put your hands, the way you put your body, the way you pay attention to whatever is happening around you. Everything you will do it in a very conscious way. After a while, after repetition, you become unconscious about what you're doing, and now you drive and you don't realize even how you put your feet, your hands. Even sometimes we get to a place and we don't know how we got to that place. What we call hypnosis sometimes happens when we're driving. Now, the important thing about when we're talking about controlling our life or allowing others to control our life or not allowing others to control our life is the subconscious mind. Why? Because our beliefs are there. Things that we believe is true, even if it's not true, or things that we believe are false, even if they're not false. The key point is that in our subconscious mind, especially when we have learned a lot of things from 0 to 8 years, we have a lot of information that could be true, but it could be also false. I use very often the example of a child that the parents tell him that he is not good at this, that he's very bad, he's lazy, he will never learn math because he's bad at math. And he become an adult and he is always bad at math and he is always lazy. But it's probably because he, in his subconscious mind, strongly believes that, even if it's not true, even if it's false. Like when you smoke, for example, a lot of people who smoke believe that the smoking relax. We know consciously that that's false. Smoking doesn't relax. But if you believe that smoking relaxes you, maybe sometimes that when you smoke you will relax because your mind will take over and say that yeah, this relaxes me, even if it's chemically in reality it's false. So that's why it's important to understand how our subconscious mind works. And our subconscious mind works based on emotion, learns based on emotion, based on repetition, based on authority, based on imagination. And when we're talking about controlling our life or allowing other people to control our life, the key there is authority, repetition, and emotion. If you see around in social media, you see around politicians, you see around religious leaders, they will use emotion, they will use repetition, and they will use your imagination, and they will use authority to make you believe something that not necessarily is true, because they know and they have learned that using those type of techniques you will be or you will believe whatever they say. It doesn't matter if it's true or false. So that's why it is important for you to understand that your mind learns based on repetition and emotion, based on imagination, and based on authority. So if you're talking to somebody who is authority for you, always make sure that after that you check the information so you can compare and say this is true or this is false. Our critical faculty is based on what we learn from 0 to 8, and everything else that we learn after that is based on familiarity and comparison with whatever we have there. Everything new that we learn is compared to whatever we have in our subconscious mind. And that's why learning something totally new, that's why, for example, telling somebody to change their religion or their political point of view is very difficult, because all the beliefs are there, and then they're going to say, no, 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 whatever you're saying to me is false, even if you're telling that person something that is true. But they have so many beliefs inside their subconscious mind that they will say, no, that's false, even you're telling them the truth. So that's why it's important that you never have your mind work. And when you're talking to somebody who is authority, somebody who is trying to manipulate you, somebody who is trying to control you, one of the key things is to be aware of that. If I'm aware of that somebody's trying to control my mind, well, I can react better. If I'm not aware of that, or if I'm just being manipulated by my emotions, then I am in trouble. It's like they say in marketing. They say in marketing, a good advertising is either you like it or you hate it. In either case, it's good. If you hate the ad, it's good. If you like the ad, it's good, because you remember, most probably, you will remember who did that ad. If you don't care, it's for you that ad is whatever, doesn't matter to me, then that's a problem for the people who is doing marketing, because they're not getting into your emotion. What I'm getting to is to the point that your emotions are very important. So you have to be sure that when you're talking to authority, when you're learning something new, you're using your emotion to your benefit. For example, if you want to learn something new, a language, mathematics, or chemistry, if you put your emotion there, you will learn faster and better. Try it sometimes. When you're learning something new, put your emotion, put your imagination, and you will see a difference of the way and the time it takes you to learn. So if somebody say to you, you have to change this or that, you always check with your critical faculty, but you always check with the information. The problem that we have a lot of times is that whatever new information somebody is giving us, we check about against our critical faculty. And I just mentioned that our critical faculty could have information that is false. Let's talk about the example about money. A lot of people believe that money is bad, so they will never have money because they don't want to be bad. Of course, if you want to be bad and want to have money, you will. An example that sometimes I use is, I have a person, and once we were buying a lottery ticket, and this person says to me, I buy lottery ticket, but I don't care. I really don't believe that I will never win anything. I just buy it, just to buy. So we know that winning a lottery is very difficult. The possibilities are really very low. But if on top of that you don't believe that you will never win, you are even reducing more your possibilities. If you're going to an interview for a job and inside you, you believe that you're not capable of passing that interview, you're not capable of doing the job that you're applying to, you will never make it. So the key is inside you, is your subconscious mind, your beliefs. How do you change that? How do you improve that? There are many techniques that you can use. One of them is hypnosis. Hypnosis is very powerful because it can go inside, or you can go inside your subconscious mind to create positive, powerful changes in your mind, in your subconscious mind. Again, the whole idea of this video is make you think about how you react when somebody is trying to sell you something, an idea, a product, or whatever. Think about how you learn. You learn by repetition. You learn by emotion. You wonder, probably sometimes you have seen those ads that repeat sometimes twice, even three times. Why? Because they know repetition is good for influencing your subconscious mind. They use emotion, they use authority. Why? Do you see an advertisement and you will see people who you so for you I'm sorry, people that for you or for the person who is directed the ad means authority, an actress or anybody who may be an authority for them. It is usually used a lot in religion and politicians and social media. So you have to be aware of that. It is easy to say, oh yeah, I'm aware of that. But when you're there, you have to be aware of that. When you're talking to somebody, be aware what that person is trying to sell you, how it is using your emotions, how this person is using your imagination, how this person is trying to influence whatever they want to sell to you, an idea, a product. Again, your subconscious mind learns by repetition, by emotion, by imagination, by an authority. So pay attention to those things when you're talking to somebody if you don't want that person to control and manage your life. This is Olivier Hidalgo from NLP Hypnosis Center in London, Ontario. You have a wonderful and amazing life.